वृषभानुदादी नवससिरे के वृषभानुदादी नवससिले के ललित सखी गुण रमित विशाखे ललित सखी गुण रमित विशाखे राधे जय जय माधव दैते राधे जय जय माधव दैते करुणां कुरु मयि करुणावरीते सनक सनातन वनीत चरिते सनक सनातन वनीत चरिते राधे जय जय माधव दैते राधे जय जय माधव दैते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल महिते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल महिते राधे जय जय माधव दैते दामोदर रति वर्धन वेश हरिणेस्कृत वृंदा विपिनेश हरिणेस्कृत वृंदा विपिनेश राधे जय जय माधव दैते वृषभानुदादी नवससिले के ललित सखी गुण रमित विशाखे वृषभानुदादी नवससिले के ललित सखी गुण रमित विशाखे राधे जय जय माधव दैते करुणां कुरु मयि करुणावरीते सनक सनातन वनीत चरिते सनक सनातन वनीत चरिते राधे जय जय माधव दैते राधे जय जय माधव दैते राधा माधव अष्टसखी की जाए गोपाल की जाए. So here this beautiful song, so Prabhupada himself sung many times. It's been explained in this verse that people may misunderstand Radha and Krishna's pastimes. So that who is glorifying this? Sanaka Sanatana, last line is very important for all over the world. Sanaka Sanatana Vanni Charite. Sanaka and Sanatana, Sanandana, Sanat, four Kumaras, never married. They always staying as a small child. They are singing glories about the most merciful, Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharite. There is no one more merciful than Srimati Radharani. More merciful than even Krishna. That's why he is coming in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Sri Chaitanya Mahakrishna himself is coming in the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to bestow that causeless mercy. She is thinking everybody else is great. Let me present this devotee. Let me present that devotee. That's what Prabhupada said in 1969 class, which we mentioned. That Bhakti Devi is expansion of Srimati Radharani. Bhakti is nourished through Srimati Radharani. Prabhupada is making all these statements. That's why one should, through his whole life. So Prabhupada, Gaur Mohan Day, his father himself, served all the sadhus, and only blessing is it, let me become a nice, wonderful servant of Srimati Radharani. So this is the mood of especially Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Gaudiya Vaishnavas means we are the followers of actually Srimati Radharani in serving Krishna. So serving Srimati Radharani, that means all the representative of Srimati Radharani. So first we have to understand who is Radha. Radha's name is coming from Anuradha Nakshatra, which Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj mentioned other day, and then also who has appeared in the Rasa Mandali, Davatu, ran swiftly. So Davatu. So that's Radha. But the third name Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving in Chaitanya Charitamrita, 4th chapter. Beautiful description, 87. But before that, we should also understand that Lord Krishna has one energy. Chit Shakti is called Swarup Shakti, Antaranga Shakti. Parasya Shakti Vividaya Sruyate Swabhavaki Gnana Balak Kriyacha. Na tat samasya abhyadika drishyate. So Lord has multifarious energies. Those are broadly categorized as uh, Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, and Tatastha Shakti. Antaranga Shakti is internal energy of the Lord that's transformed later on as sort of, and then Bahiranga is the external energy, which is material manifestation, where we are in this world, material world. It's called Bahiranga Shakti. And then Tatastha Shakti is the marginal potency, that is Jivas, living entities, are coming under that category, Tatastha Shakti. Now, this first energy of Antaranga Shakti is transformed further. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Madhya Lila, this has been explained, in Adi Lila also. This one energy transformed to three, and then again that first energy transformed further again into Chit, that Chit potency, Swarup Shakti is transformed into three again. Chidamse, Sadamse Sandhini, Sat Chit Ananda, we all know. Sat means eternality, Chit means knowledge potency, and Ananda means bliss. This is in the spiritual world. Now look at the opposite of transformation, Asat. In this material world means Asat, opposite. Achit, material knowledge, not permanent knowledge. Again and again, every birth you have to learn, start from ABCD. And then Nirananda, no real happiness, temporary flickering happiness, like itching sensation. Seemingly it seems happy, but later on blood comes, suffering comes. Samadvigna, Sada Samadvigna Dhyam, Prahlad Maharaj. So these are the opposite qualities from the spiritual world. So that's why we can't have eternality here, we can't have the ultimate happiness here, we can't have the ultimate knowledge here. None of these were possible here. Now the Sat, that Sat comes from Sat, eternality comes from Lord Krishna, one energy. He delegated himself two counterparts. His delegate first himself expanded as Radharani, pleasure potency. So that is Hladini Shakti. Krishna himself, there are two bodies. One body, sorry, one Atma, two good. Eka Atma Dui Beda. So no difference. Krishnadas Kaviraj was saying, no difference between them, which is Radha and Krishna. Krishna expand himself as Srimati Radharani. That's why loving transformation. Radha Bhava Svalitam Naum Krishna Swarupam. But Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ahladini Shakti. That is pleasure potency. Because one cannot enjoy that also. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining that. Why is he expanding? Because he cannot enjoy. He cannot enjoy with any ordinary human being. He cannot enjoy with pleasure with Jiva. So that is especially that's why he himself is expanded as Param Brahma wants to enjoy. Bhakti Prasam many times. Param Brahma he will enjoy with ordinary conditions all. No. So that is he himself is expanded as pleasure potency. That is Srimati Radharani, not different from Krishna. Shakti, Shaktiman, Abheda. There is no difference. Energy and energetic. Potency and potent. Heat and light. So fire. No difference in one sense. So we can't find heat and light. Wherever fire is there, you can get the heat, light is there. No, you can't separate them out. So like that, Radha and Krishna are inseparable. Originally Krishna, he himself expanded to enjoy. Then after that, then Lord Krishna's expand Swamsas as Lord Balaram, and then Lord Rama, Lord Narayan, all expand further. Swamsa, and then Vibhinnam separated. So that's why we have to understand Satchit Ananda Vigraha, Lord Krishna, expand himself pleasure potency first, and then this Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti. Now take the Antaranga Shakti, internal energy, further divide into three categories. Sandhini potency, Samvit potency, Hladini potency. Hladini potency is given to Lord Srimati Radharani. And then Sandhini potency, who is that? Lord Balaram. What is he in charge for? Sat, eternality aspect. You can be eternal. Like when you enter into Brahman effulgence, what will happen? It is eternal, liberated. Mukti from this conditioned soul. Can you stay there? How long can you stay? You can't stay there because Nirbheda Brahmanusana Prabhupada again. That means there is no variety, no enjoyment, no person to interact with. What will you do? Some person will fall down because that is what it is in the Brahma Jyoti. So you need Sat is not enough. It is called Visuddha Sattva, pure goodness. So when we say pure goodness, actually it is a combination of Sat, Chit, Ananda. And so that's when one can enter into spiritual. So Sat means Samvit Shakti. Sat means some Sandhini Shakti. Sometimes we get confused. Sat eternality is coming from Balaram, because when Lord Krishna, after he expanded Srimad Radharani, and then he expanded as Lord Balaram, then Lord Balaram is the one, all the spiritual world, material world, all the expansions as a bed, as an umbrella, 10 items, which Chaitanya Charitamrita explains. All these are Lord Balaram is carrying out, some with existential potency. If anything exists in this world, as a spiritual world, material world, as Sesha in spiritual world carrying, and material world is Ananta, is holding all these universes, the three Purushavata, anything you name it, that's all coming from Lord Balaram, because he is the existential potency. The false ego here, the real ego is there, Sankarshan. That is all coming from Lord Balaram. So that's a first, these aspects. So that's a, the two personalities are very important in entering into spiritual. Lord Balaram and Srimad Radharani. Both are carrying out the mercy of the Lord Krishna and distributing it through parampara. So these two channels coming through our parampara. So that's a spiritual master is expansion of the two. So that's why we chant the Gayatri Mantra, second initiative. We know the two Gayatris. Krishna Gayatri, Kama Gayatri. So that those are all talking about the same. Ananga Manjari name is there in that. So Lord Balram in that conjugal rasa. So without his mercy, without Radharani's mercy, we can't actually, that is spiritual master mercy, we can't enter into spiritual. It's not possible. So that's why we have to go through the channels. Neither Lalita and Vishaka, they are not jumping directly either. Or Rupa and Sanatan, they never said that we have attained Krishna. Hey Radhe Vraji Devi Kecha Lalite, hey Nanda Suno Kuta. Prabhupada explaining that. They never said that we have attained Krishna. So if you see the dream itself, we talk about so much, we jump. But that is not the mood and bhava symptom of the real love, which Rupa and Sanatan, six Goswamis. Prabhupada is very much cautious about these aspects of thinking now we have become gopis or now we have attained Krishna, we have seen Krishna. This has to be kept confidential, discuss, share confidential. It is not to be publicized. We should never think that I have now attained Krishna. Prabhupada himself didn't say that. He's always trying to serve, trying to follow my spiritual master orders, if at all, if there is any success. So that's always humble state of consciousness. So that is the mode. So the Chit Shakti, as it is, Sat means Sandhini. So Lord Balram is understood, his Shakti is Sandhini. Sandhini Shakti is coming from Lord Balaram, that is Sat, existential potency. And the next Swarup Shakti of the Lord is divided into second category, which is Samvit, that Lord Krishna himself has kept himself. Samvit, that is coming from knowledge. If anybody needs a transcendental knowledge to transcend from these three modes, then that is coming from Lord Krishna. He himself kept it for himself. That is Samvit Shakti. Then the third category is from Swarup Shakti. Original Lord Krishna has all these three, everything. First three, this from second category of three into three, six of them. All coming to Lord Krishna, but he has delegated. So then second category. Third is the Hadini potency, pleasure potency. So that's why this spiritual world means this pleasure potency coming from same Srimad Radharani when it comes to as three different energies. Radharani herself, expansion of Srimad, like expansion of Krishna as Swa Amsas, as Lord Balaram, and all the expansion of Vishnu. Lord Vishnu's various kinds of forms. So same way Radharani expands as gopis, as Kanta Gana, Gopi Gana or Kanta Gana, Vraja Ganas, Vraja Gopis. And the second category is Mahishi Gana, which is Dwaraka queens. They are in Swakiyaras, not Parakiras. But in Golok Vrindavan, they are Mahishi Gana, they are the Kanta Gana or Gopi Gana, they are gopis, various types of gopis which we discussed in the previous class. Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Chaitanya Shikshamrita. All Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, these ecstatic pastimes of Radha and Krishna, if one wants to understand Radha Tattva, then they have to refer to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, all Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pastimes, Swarup Damodar Goswami diary. All these are books, almost 8 to 10 books are there. Gives all most deepest details. One wants to understand what goes on in what abode, what rasa, what type of category of servants are there, everything with the names and characteristics and moods, expressions, bhavas, emotions, everything in great detail, everything is explained. So that's why Chaitanya Charitamrita is a PhD, topmost. One should hear for long period, then one should read. Then one will get a taste. Otherwise, first initially they start reading, then they don't understand. They can, especially Adi Leela is such philosophy. So that we can start from Madhya Leela and then Anta Leela, then come to Adi Leela. If you are stuck, if you are not feeling the taste, but it should be done in the association of devotees. Then we can understand Radha Tattva, philosophy, who is the Srimad. Otherwise, we can jump into different conclusions. So we can't understand properly. Because Prabhupada himself is writing these Chaitanya Charitamrita elaborately, especially Madhya Adilila also. So in the fourth chapter, especially more prominently, very detailedly. So Prabhupada is describing about Radharani's position. So topmost position, Mahabhava Swarupini, Radha Thapurani, even higher than Lalita and Vishaka, higher than Chandravali, the topmost gopi. Because Krishna expanded himself as Radharani, then Radharani's expansion are all his gopis. In Dwaraka is more, you can see the Satyabhama's characteristic like Radharani. Rukmini's character is like more like Chandravali, obedient. But still there is a difference. It's not, it is Swaki Ras. It's not exactly same as Golok Vrindavan. This is Parake Ras. But none of these Abhimanyu or any husbands, any of the husbands of the seemingly husbands, because that is also you have to go back to that pastime of 100 years cursed. So both cursed each other, Radharani and Sridham. Yeah, I think Sridham. So the pastime in spiritual world. So then they came to the Bhauma Vrindavan. So then seemingly husband, yeah, Radharani husband, Abhimanyu, but there is another pastime also. All of them comes and bow down to Srimad Radharani, including Abhimanyu, including Chandravali, all the rivalry groups, all rivalry gopis also, they all comes and bows down to Radharani, submits to glorifying Srimati Radharani in one of the pastime. In this way, we understand from every angle that she is the expert and topmost. So, and bhakti is nourished and pleasure. We can only give pleasure. We can understand how to give pleasure to Krishna means we have to pray through the Acharya Parampara to Srimati Radharani. Then we can actually understand how to give pleasure, how to please Lord Krishna. Otherwise, we will not know. So, Vrunda Devi, Purnamasi, they are all assisting and helping. So that's why we have to take shelter of these Tadiyas, Tulsi Maharani, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vaishnavas, and two other total four categories of Tadiya, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining. We should take their shelter work through them. They are the authority. If one wants to enter into Golok Vrindavan, they are the authority. So in that way, we understand. Let us look at Chaitanya Charitamrita further. Then we can understand more what we explained actually. Yeah. Krishna Shakti Purna Vancha. The pastime is also there, but how much time is there? The 4 minutes is there. कृष्ण वांछा पूर्ति रूप करे आराधने अतैव राधिका नाम पुराणे वाकाने. That is the definition of Radha, or worship of Aradhana consists of fulfilling the desires of Lord Krishna. Therefore, Puranas call her Radhika. So that's how Aradhana coming from. Then further, Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shaktiman, Dui Vastu Veda Nahi Shastra Praman. So there is no difference. Shakti, Shaktiman. So you can't separate them out. Potency, potent. Energy, energetic. Heat, light, fire. Sun rays. So the same deer and the musk fragrance, that also Chaitanya Charitamrita and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving all these examples to understand. So that's the elaborate details. Philosophy is explained with so that we can understand without any confusion. Here only, this is 97 verse in 4th chapter. Mrugamada Tara Gandha Aiche Avicheda Agni Jwalaite Aiche Kabu Nahi Beda. They are indeed the same, just as musk and its scent are inseparable, or as fire and its heat are non-different. So one wants to understand Radharani Tattva, then one should surrender and submit to the spiritual master and follow in their guidance, followers. As it is mentioned, Raghunath Das Goswami and is serving, is waiting for Rupa Goswami's the blink of an eye. He is waiting for the signal. She is waiting for the signal. So we have to come. We have to follow like that. Exactly. Means, we will not do anything without the empowerment, authority of our acharyas or sadhus, advanced devotees. Because otherwise it is a more speculation. We can't advance. We can't please. Lord will you please when we please the This is Acharya Parampara. So Lalita and Vishaka are serving Radharani, Krishna, Vrunda Devi, Purnamasi. So everywhere, however we look at in all ways, gopis or gopas, all of them are serving the parampara. That's why there are various categories, but they're all in harmony and alignment. So we should be also aligned. Then only we can understand this transcendental knowledge we can attain. All the doubts will be cleared, all the questions will be answered. Otherwise, it's not possible. So this is a famous verse. There is another verse also is there. I'm forgetting, which explains about Srimad Radharani's position. So further, Radha Krishna Ekatma Duyi Dehadare Anyonya Vilase Rasa Aswadana Kare. Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two bodies, thus they enjoy with each other, tasting the mellows of love. That's why it's called Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti. Radhika Hayena Krishnera Pranay Vikar Surup Shakti Ladini Nama Yanhar. So because that's why Ladini Shakti is named as Pranay Vikar, loving transformation. As per the 60th verse, Jiva Goswami Prabhupada is explaining elaborately. Ladini Karai Krishna Ananda Aswadana. If anybody wants happiness, bliss in their chanting and everything, that's why we start with Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we need to be empowered by the parampara or Guru Varga, Srila Prabhupada, coming down from Srimati Radharani. Then only you can get the pleasure. If that is not there, then you are not drawing the mercy through Acharya Parampara. We think we can do it without the Parampara. So anybody and everybody. So we are not pure devotees. So then how will you get without going through the Parampara? It's not possible. So that's why all these are explained. The pastimes are explained in that way. That Ladini energy gives Krishna pleasure, nourishes his devotees. So if one wants to nourish our bhakti and the chanting and hearing and service, everything, then only. Such is Ananda Purna Krishnera Surup. Eka I Chit Shakti Tanra Dhare Teen Rup. So three rupas which we explained. Lord Krishna's body is eternal Sat Chit Ananda, full of knowledge, full of bliss, is one spiritual energy manifests in three forms. सचिदानंद पूर्ण कृष्णेर स्वरूप एक ही चित शक्ति धरे तीन रूप अलादनी संदिनी संवित त्वयि एक सर्व संत. दिस इज फ्रॉम विष्णु पुराण. लाद तापकारी मिश्र त्वयि न गुण वर्जिते. In I think Krishna Bajramrita by Narottam Das Thakur, it's explained. Radharani is explained as another name is Adya Shakti. Himself transforms in Durga Devi in the material world. Transforms into not pleasure potency, but she takes care of this Bahiranga Shakti, in charge for this material nature, material world, Durga Devi. The whole Lord, you are the support of everything. The three attributes, Ladini, Samvit, exist in you as one spiritual energy, Swarup Shakti. But the material mode which cause happiness, misery, and mixtures of the two do not exist in you. For you have no material qualities. So that's why so that is explained. All these are explained by Krishna's Garas Goswami. The essence of Ladini potency is love of God, and the essence of love of God is emotion, bhava, and the ultimate development of emotion is Mahabhava. That is Srimati Radharani. Mahabhava Swarupi Sri Radha Thakurani Sarva Guna Kani Krishna Kanta Siromani. Sri Radha Thakurani. So that is the three categories of gopis of sadhana. Through sadhana, Upanishad and Munis are attained. And then the Devis, by Lord Brahma's empowerment from the heavenly planets, these demigoddess, some of them attained that position. They are under category of Devi. And then the third category of gopis are Nitya Prakara, Nitya Yuktas. They are all these other gopis are coming under that category. Especially Radha and Lalita, Vishaka, Chandravali, Padma, Saibhya are under that category of Nitya, not in the sadhana category, not in the Devi category. So Krishna Prema Bhavita Yanra Chitendriya Kaya Krishna Nija Shakti Radha Kridhara Sahaya. Her mind, senses, body are steeped in love for Krishna. She is Krishna's own energy. She helps him in his pastimes. So that's why we need to surrender through parampara. So कृष्ण कांत गणा देखी त्रिविधा प्रकार एक लक्ष्मी गणा पूरे महिषी गणा आर ब्रज गणा रूप आर कांत गणा सार श्री राधिका हिते कांत गणेर विस्तार. Because everything we have to explain the proof. We can't accept anybody's statement. I can speak so long, but if there is no quotation, there is no reference to Shastra, it has no basis, no foundation. I can speak anything. then how will you know it's valid or not? So that's how Prabhupada explained. That's how we have to also follow in the footsteps of Prabhupada, so that we understand, yes, this is what Acharya made the statements in particular book, especially Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to see the reference, or from the Upanishads, or four Vedas we have to see. Then we can accept those statements. Otherwise, anybody and everybody, we will not accept anybody making statements without authorized references. We will not accept. That's not our philosophy. The beloved consorts of Lord Krishna are of three kinds: goddess of fortune, queens, milkmaids of Raja, who are the foremost of all. These consorts are all proceeded from Radhika. Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini, Govinda Sarvasva, Sarvakant Siromani. Radha is the one who gives pleasure to Govinda, and she is also enchantress of Govinda. She is the be all and end all of Govinda, and the crest jewel of all his consorts. And so that's why this has been explained by. So this is also this Chaitanya Charitamrita, which I quoted, explained. 20th chapter, Madhya 111 verse. Krishnera Swabhavaki Tina Shakti Pradinati Chit Shakti Jiva Shakti or Maya Shakti. And no difference. Further is explained. Hadini Samvid Sandini Tvai Eka Sarva Samstitao. That Vishnu Purana. So all one energy is divided into three. So three parts of Chit Shakti. The essential aspect of Sandhini is known as pure existence, which is the abode of Lord's existence. Krishna's mother, father, place, house, all these are under that category. And then the awareness of Sri Krishna's godhood is the essence of Samvit. Knowledge of Brahman and so forth are the same category. And the Hladini causes the relish of bliss in Sri Krishna. And through Hladini, the devotees are nourished. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita 1.4, 64, 65. Thus, in sequence of superiority, Sandhini, Samvid, Hladini are understood. That means Hladini is the topmost. As all pots are made by a pot maker, similarly, whatever exists is the outcome of the cause. That is cause of all cause, Krishna. Krishna is all cause of all these three and above three, all six energies. Many categories are in Akrura, seeing Krishna when he is in Akrura Ghat, when he came out from Vrindavan. He is able to see 16 energies there. But it's further broad category. But the highest, topmost category is in these three ways: Antaranga, Bairanga, Tatastha, and then further Samvit, Sandhini, Samvit, Hladini. So that's how we have to understand. This is from Bhagavad Sandarbha. All these are mostly explained by Jiva Goswami in great detail. So, yeah. In this way, we have to understand. Time is up. Otherwise, we can read from Ananda Vrindavan Champu of the pastime of stealing Krishna's flute by Radha and Krishna, the holy pastime. After this happened, of the gopis searching for Krishna, that also elaborately explained in Ananda Vrindavan Champu. So, maybe we want to read that a little bit so that we can understand the context. Let us read that. First, they found Krishna's footprints, like when gopis searching Lalita and Vishaka and others. Then one discriminating gopi spoke, "Stop taking the dust. Do not wipe out Krishna's footprints. Our eye deceives satisfaction just from looking closely at these wonderful footprints. Do not disturb them by smudging them with your hands." After saying this, they traced the line of the footprints with their eyes and proceeded along the path. At one place, they saw she has 19 footprint marks. That also elaborately, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained Chaitanya Shikshamrita, 4 different ways. Who had attracted Krishna with her sincere love and attained the coveted position of being the only gopi engaged in her loving service. While Hari held her tightly to his chest, Radhika felt proud that she had so easily won the affection of the Lord. Such an auspicious position is rarely attained even in the heavenly planets. Admiring the footprints of the girl endowed with such good fortune, one gopi said, "Oh, look here. They appear like a group of birds twisted out of place on a fine creeper. It seems these footprints are thoroughly intermixed with those of her lover. It seems that Radha must have put her right arm on Krishna's shoulder, just as the love-intoxicated she-elephant nests her trunk in the shoulder of an accompanying bull-elephant." Radhika's fortune is unrivaled. Being so pleased with her and bound by her love, Govinda pitilessly abandoned us, who are also trying to attain him. This is all transcendental emotion. We should not think this is there's some enviousness, jealousy. This is not material envious, material jealousy. This is all transcendental. Because otherwise, where is rasa? Where is the enjoyment for Krishna or within themselves? So showing his loyalty in her to her alone, he has brought her to a secluded place for enjoyment. thinking for a moment, Shama Saki suddenly said, Radha is the peerless abode of all auspicious. She is the crest jewel among the millions of the best women in the universe, endowed with the pious results of their previous deeds. Just as there is no possibility of moonlight without a moon, the cuckoo's call without a spring, or lightning without a rain. Similarly, it is impossible to imagine Radha existing without the moon of Krishna. First, they talk about Radha, then Krishna. So that's what we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas. That's how always. After Radha's intimate Saki is finished, that doesn't mean now we will stand at Radha and Krishna. First, we will look at Radharani. We always go through Guru Prabhupada. That is the etiquette. We should not jump like that. Then we will not be able to relish the pleasure. It's not possible. Lalita and Vishaka or the Rupa and Sanatan, they are not jumping directly to Radharani or Krishna. They are going to Lalita and their channel. So that same channel we should follow. Then actually we can relish. After Radha's intimate Sakis finish their glorification, Padma, a confidence, Padma and Saibhya are like Lalita and Vishaka in Radharani's group. The Chandravali group, similarly, Padma and Saibhya, which Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained it in Chaitanya Sikshamrita. Who has a face more beautiful than a lotus, replied to a dark complexioned Shama Saki. He said, Oh Shame, though you are partial to your own group, your Radha have completely given you up. She has thrown you away like an old garland, though she claims you are her very life. After stealing the beloved of us all, Radhika has gone off alone to enjoy with him in another forest. How astonishing! Radha's friendship towards you is only external. It is not from her heart. These are all emotions. Syamasaki replied, Oh Padma, due to the lack of intelligence, you are saturated with envy. Give this up and just listen to me. Since her childhood, Radhika has thrown her body in the flowing river of Krishna's nectarian love. She has no control over her own body. It simply races along in the huge currents of that river, and she cannot protect herself, just like an aquatic plant. Radhika floats helplessly down that river. Therefore, I say that Radha does not deserve to be criticized. She is praiseworthy in all respects. The Champaka flower is born with its covering and grows with it. That is Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur talked about Upanishad, from his Upanishad, from Act of Instruction, and Radha Kund. He doesn't want people to be cheat others by not even controlling the senses when they talk about Radha and Krishna. So that's why we're not supposed to talk about Srimad Radharani except on Radhastami, special days, special day. Otherwise, other days, neither we chant Radhe Radhe nor we discuss about Radharani's pastimes either. That is not generally not in the footsteps or not aligned with Sri Prabhupada if we do that. So that's why we try to restrict. We don't try to sing those songs as well. So that we should try to avoid. If you want to please Sri Prabhupada, we should try to confidentially among associates, among the devotees where, so then we can discuss maybe, but otherwise we should not in Sunday peace class, not generally, except Radhastami specific days. That's not what Prabhupada has given. The Champaka flower is born with its covering and grows with it. They are not separate. Nor yet in time, when the Champaka gives up the covering, it is not considered a fault. So what is a fault in Radha? Her friends are as dear as her own life. Even if she appears to leave her friend, Radhika never breaks the bond of friendship. Another friend of Chandravali said, Oh Shame, people on the same side never see their own faults. Because of that, your speaking about Radha sounds reasonable. But your assessment is not fair to all of us gopis. The fact is that she alone is mercilessly drinking the nectar of Krishna's lips, which should be drunk by all of us. She is more skillful than the chakora bird. Thus, seeing Radha's footprint does not give us any pleasure at all. Then the associates of Radhika gazed at her footprints, the object of happiness for the eyes. This filled them with an emotional mixture of joy and pride, but they could not manifest the ecstasy because of their without condition. Fixing their eyes on the dust, they walked forward with a graceful gait. Losing the sight of Radhika's footprint, which remove all sorrow, they considered, Oh, what is this? We cannot see her footprints over here. We only see the attractive footprints of Hari, because it goes on. Initially, they saw two footprints, then they saw only one footprint. They could understand further and further what's happening. And Krishna disappeared also after that. It is obvious that the sharp sprouts of grass hurt the tender soles of her feet. So Hari carried her on his chest. Another gopi said, "What you say is correct." Because Krishna is going forward carrying her on his chest, which she is relishing. The footprints stinking down and soft. No, beloved of Krishna, your achievement of the highest love after many births of accumulated devotion action is as relishable as bee licking the honey dripping from the head of a love-maddened elephant. You must certainly have been overcome with a variety of ecstatic emotions fructifying from your ripened attachment. Seeing Chandravali's face that shivering up from her comments that Gopi spoke an aside in order to create a peace with her. She said, "Together we came here, together we saw Hari, and together we heard these harsh words. Finally, we all enjoyed together with him. Now, rejecting us like useless grass, he has put you on his chest and carried you away. This terrible act reveals the vast extent of your past pious deeds. Therefore, I say, we should not look at your footprint, which only increase our suffering." When the rival group of the gopis saw Radhika's footprints again a little further on, they said, "Here we see Krishna being tired from carrying and removed Radha, who is more beautiful than Lakshmi, from his chest and put her down. Look here. There are two pairs of footprints facing each other. They must have stood here speaking intimately. Look here. It appears that they have placed their arms and shoulders being tired. They walked sluggishly here and there. Being knowledgeable of the spiritual law and endowed with friendship for her, the gopis supporting Radha did not consider themselves the least bit unlucky. Seeing Radha's extraordinary fortune filled them with satisfaction. Expecting the fire of separation to end soon, the gopis submerged in bliss. Meeting again, all the gopis walked along while looking at the footprints. In short time, they arrived at the pleasure bank of Yamuna, which appeared like the bosom of the earth, washed by silvery water dripping from the moon. Not seeing the complete footprints of Krishna, they considered we can no longer see the signs of any of the footprints. Here, Krishna has left the impression of the only front part of his feet because he stood on his toes to pick some flowers for his beloved, which in the Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 14, Krishnadas, Ramanand Rai and Sarup Damodar Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's conversation is there. All this further explanation of from this pastime, all the different bhavas, different pastime, intimate pastime more. So about this in chapter 14 of Madhya Leela. Further on, so Lalita Bhava, different namings are given, different qualities of Srimati Radharani, of these pastimes, what it contains, all those are explained there. Seeing a second set of footprints, they considered, oh, look here, on the path of white sand, sprinkling like camphor, there are marks of the lotus of his feet and mark of fine lower cloth between them. But Radha's footprints are not here. Certainly, Krishna sat down here with his girlfriend on his lap to set flowers in her hair. Looking in another direction, they said, how amazing. Krishna desired to heighten the pleasure with an unseasoned blossoming of Bakula flowers. I don't know if they are available here. Ashoka flowers, which was caused by her tears of love and touch of her foot on Krishna's entreaty. Radhika suddenly left bosom with a desire to collect those flowers. See here, Radhika's red coloring on feet. He has marked the root of Ashoka tree like a new sprout. They could observe these many things. We can understand. These quitting the delight with another, Prabhupada explains in a letter to one of the Mataji, I forget. Prabhupada is writing, yes, go on worshipping the deity. You should you should worship the deity in such a way that with a fragrant flower, in such a way that the black bees are always there. As soon as the black bees are there, understand that Krishna is supremely pleased. If you see black bees around Radha and Krishna, that means that the worship and everything is topmost. And she, Radharani criticizes the black bee because she looks like Krishna. Krishna is black is blue. So that we should, in that Prabhupada writing in one letter, go on worshipping the deity with all this fragrance. Very nice. Continue on. And then you will get the mercy of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. So we become like a bee, extract the honey by serving through the parampara. That's what is explained. So I think we'll stop here. On Krishna's entreaty, Radhika suddenly left. Yeah. Like news, greeting the delightful taste of the bakula flower, the bees are absorbed at the base of that tree, which has been moistened by Radha's tears. From those signs, we understand that Radhika, Syama are nearby. So we should look for them here. We'll give the following explanation to destroy all false interpretation and establish the correct meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 10, 30, 30, which we further worse than the Sukadeva goes, Lord Krishna enjoyed with that gopi, although he enjoys only within, being self-satisfied and complete in himself. So that's why we follow this. Aradho Bhagavan Rajeshan Dhama Sri Ramya Kajit Upasana Raja Vadhu Vargena Yaga Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamam Prema Pamardho Maha Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatra Adhar Nabra. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very strict sannyasi. He never allowed even glance or anything. So like Chota Haridas Thakur immediately rejected. So such a strict sannyas, why will you speak if there is anything material about Radha and Krishna's also any gopis with Krishna? There is no material conception. Seemingly explained in English, there is no word. So that's it. Sometimes it's explained as lust affairs, but actually there is no lust. It's only love. So with that, because there is no sex life in spiritual world, then what to speak of, what other things can somebody say about it? It's all spiritual transformation of love. There's nothing to do with the material thing. That exists only in this material world, that contamination. There's nothing is there, nothing like that sort in the spiritual world. So this is how Srila Prabhupada explained, Krishnadas Kaviraj, all our acharyas explaining this particular pastime or understanding, because otherwise people can get confused and think in different things. That should not be the case. Okay, Radhastami Mahamahotsav ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktam ki jai. Thank you very much. See you all in the evening. Today's schedules, Shimeza posted. Fasting till noon, as much as possible, you can do so. But go on chanting, hearing, reading. And as for Chaitanya Charitamrita, you can read today, chapter 4 of Adi Leela. It gives all these details, 200 plus verses, describing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, and 14 chapter. If you want read further about this pastime, chapter 14 of Madhya Leela, you can read conversation. Okay, thank you.
Prabhu, no, it's regular prasadam, right?
Yes, grains. Whenever the fasting till noon, there is always regular grain prasadam. Whenever the fasting till evening, it's always generally Ekadasi to be taken.
Thank you for wonderful class. Thank you, Hari Bol.
Thank you, Hare Krishna, Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Hari Bol, Hare
Krishna. Krishna. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo
Namah. Vaishnav Vrund ki jai.
Jai. Thank you.
Jai Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.